If you've ever watched animated movies that look like what you've seen before, it's because not all animated movies are original. At least everyone knows that films like Tangled Up from Brightspark were ripped off of the original Disney, Tangled. And maybe there are other great animated movies you never knew were Disney copyright. That's why, in this video, we're going to walk you through 10 animated movies that copied Disney scene by scene. Number 10. Coco and the Book of Life. The release of Pixar's latest film, Coco, brought with it great enthusiasm, as it was exactly what viewers anticipated. The film boasts a gorgeous style, lively songs, and marks one of Mexico's most celebrated events, the Day of the Dead. Yet those very features have tons of viewers up in arms, citing them as way too similar to another film that was released several years back by a Pixar competitor, The Book of Life. In 2014, 20th Century Fox released The Book of Life, a computer-animated musical set during the Day of the Dead with moderate success. Directed by Mexican animator Jorge R. Gutierrez, the film was celebrated as an authentic love letter to one of Mexico's most iconic celebrations, while at the same time mashing it up with American music for an interesting mix between the two. Of course, there was no harm in enjoying two Day of the Dead inspired animations, but it would be unfair to forget about the Book of Life just because Disney steamrolls across the same ground. Number 9. The Nut Job and Over the Hedge. The DreamWorks 2006 production movie Over the Hedge changed the way we see animated movies. The movie features a con artist raccoon, an energetic squirrel, and their furry friends finding out that suburbia is encroaching on their woodland lives. In 2014, another film, The Nut Job, about a squirrel planning a heist of his human neighbors comes to the big screen. The animated movie was received negatively by viewers. Of course, DreamWorks did not have exclusive rights to squirrel-related heists, but if you're going to retread such a similar story, at least make it funny. Number 8. Antz and A Bug's Life. When DreamWorks began working on their bug-based flick, Pixar was already deep into their production. But the two releases were obviously going to be similar movies at oddly similar times. Antz has the same premise as A Bug's Life, when a misfit insect discovers that he is more than a faceless drone of an oppressive regime and goes on to great things. During the production, there was a public feud between DreamWorks co-founder Jeffrey Katzenberg and John Lasseter of Pixar over the controversial parallels in two animated movies. But despite such a shady start, both movies were received well by the audience. Number 7. Shark Tale and Finding Nemo. When the fish-focused animated movies Shark Tale and Finding Nemo were released in 2003 and 2004, comments were made on the similarity in their theme. Though the plot lines of both films seem different, the two studios may have just hit on a promising setting at the same time. While DreamWorks' Shark Tale features characters with adult problems, and Pixar's Finding Nemo is about parental love, a plot that young audiences could more easily identify with, it's undeniable that the two films have a lot in common. Number 6. Dinozăur and The Land Before Time. Released by Universal in 1988, the movie The Land Before Time spawned many direct-to-video sequels that became TV series in 2007. However, when Disney released Dinozăur in 2000, it was impossible not to compare it to the other animated dino flick, The Land Before Time. It followed a suspiciously similar formula to The Land Before Time, with long-necked dinosaurs for the protagonists who lose parents and travel with a small band of friends to a greener haven, stalked by a shark tooth. Although boasting stunning computer-animated visuals, Disney's plot was generic. It aimed for a sweeping storyline, but lacked enough emotion to make it feel epic. Perhaps if Disney had pulled off a decent movie, no one would have bothered to compare it to the clearly similar predecessor. What do you think? Number 5. The Wild and Madagascar. A group of animals raised in captivity, leaving New York's Central Park Zoo and find themselves bound for Africa, with the creature bands coming together to help them get home safely as they discover that the jungle is meaner than they anticipated. That summary could have been describing both Madagascar 2005 and The Wild 2006. DreamWorks and Disney production movies have almost identical setups and very similar messages. Though the two animated movies took so long to develop, the release date does not necessarily necessitate which one ripped off the other. In fact, Madagascar landed a lot better, with dance numbers and songs that made it more popular. Number 4. Treasure Planet and Titan AE. The rise of Pixar animation studios saw the making of most CG films we have today. However, the trend didn't happen without some bumps along the road. Disney's Treasure Planet and Don Bluth's Titan AE were two such bumps. Both movies combined hand-drawn traditional animation and 3D computer animation in a way that didn't completely gel. While Titan AE is certainly aimed at an older audience with something of a cult following, and Treasure Planet Goal is Treasure Hurt, both movie characterizations and the settings are so obviously similar that many fans noticed the parallels. Number 3. The Secret Life of Pets and Toy Story. Released in 2016, the Illumination entertainment movie The Secret Life of Pets gave a simple premise where pets get up to when their humans are not around. In itself, this is a premise we have seen before in movies like Cats v Dogs. The Secret Life of Pets seems to rip off Toy Story's formula beat by beat, as the lead character is used to getting all the attention of his owner, exactly like Woody. Then they adopt a new pet who attracts all the attention of the owner and causes conflict, just like Buzz. Either way, one can't help but feel we have seen this done before. Number 2. The Princess and the Frog and the Swan Princess. In 1994, Crest Animation released a fairy tale musical series based on Swan Lake, The Swan Princess. The movie ticks almost every box of a Disney classic: a beautiful princess, the handsome prince, catchy musical numbers, obnoxious talking animals, and an evil sorcerer. They even released a bunch of Swan Princess merchandise. However, the small studio seems to copy the Disney formula. Perhaps this is why, years later, Disney got its revenge with The Princess and the Frog. Moviegoers have since complained about how Naveen looks and behaves similarly to Jean-Bob, Odette's French frog friend. And the sphere of water when Facilier's spell is broken looks just like Odette's transformation. Perhaps that makes them even? Number 1. Shark Bait, the Reef, and Shark Tale. 2006 South Korean animation CG animation Shark Bait revolves around a small orange fish named Pi and his attempt to win the heart of feminine pink fish Cordelia while dealing with a tiger shark that is terrorizing him and the inhabitants of the reef. Criticized for references to multiple other movies and its obvious ripping off character designs from both Shark Tale and Finding Nemo, it was also a simplistic story with bland animation. Just one look at the DVD cover shows they were simply cashing in on looking like the other, more popular movies. Are there other animated movies that copy Disney we didn't mention in this video? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this clip, smash the like button, share, and subscribe for more interesting videos from Top 10 Things. And keep doing that for every one of our videos.